no one saw it coming, and yet every Heartland fan secretly hoped for it. For years, whispers and rumors danced through the fandom like the wind across the Alberta plains. But now, it's no longer speculation. Graham Wardle, the face behind the unforgettable Ty Borden, has officially confirmed his return. A character once believed to be lost forever is riding back into the story, and everything is about to change. The wait is over. But the question remains, what does his return truly mean for Heartland? The moment Graham Wardle confirmed his return to Heartland, the internet lit up with emotions fans hadn't felt this deeply since Ty's departure. It's not just the return of a character, it's the revival of a legacy that shaped Heartland's very soul. Ty Borden was more than Amy's husband. He was a symbol of healing, strength, and second chances. When his character was written off in season 14, the entire tone of the show shifted. Amy was left to rebuild her world, and fans were left grieving. Many accepted the change, but a part of the story always felt unfinished. Now, with Graham stepping back into the role, Heartland Season 19 promises not just answers, but redemption. Behind the scenes, this return has been in the works longer than anyone suspected. Insiders reveal that discussions with Graham began quietly, with both creative and emotional factors weighing in. Graham had previously spoken about needing time away to explore other paths and to grow personally. His decision to return wasn't made lightly. It came from a place of love, for the fans, for the character, and for the message Heartland continues to share. That love, even when lost, always leaves a trace. What makes his return even more powerful is the timing. As the show gears up for its landmark 20th season, the writers seem determined to honor everything that came before. Ty's presence will not only stir emotions in Amy and Lindy, but will ripple through the entire Heartland ranch. And it's not just about nostalgia, it's about evolution. This isn't the same Ty we knew. Time has passed. Pain has reshaped everyone. So how will his return unfold? And how will Amy react to seeing the man she once built her life with? Graham Wardle's decision also sparked a wave of speculation. Is he returning for one final goodbye? Or is this the beginning of a larger arc that reclaims his role at the heart of Heartland? The producers are staying tight-lipped, offering only glimpses through carefully curated interviews and cryptic behind-the-scenes photos. But one thing is clear, Ty's return is not just a moment, it's a turning point. Fans have already begun analyzing the trailer frame by frame, looking for clues. A silhouette near the barn, a familiar voice in the wind. Could it really be Ty? Or is it a dream, a memory, a vision? That's exactly the kind of suspense Heartland Season 19 is building upon. Not just to shock the audience, but to make them feel everything they thought they had let go of. In this new chapter, the story is no longer just about moving on. It's about facing the past with open eyes and an open heart. And as the production moves forward, more hints are expected to drop, from episode titles to cast interviews. The atmosphere is electric. Fans aren't just watching a show anymore. They're reuniting with a part of their emotional journey. And it's only just beginning. Amy Fleming has walked a long, painful road since losing Ty. Her quiet strength, her dedication to horses, and her role as a mother to Lindy have kept her moving forward. But not without scars. Season after season, fans have watched her wrestle with grief, hold her family together, and slowly rediscover pieces of herself. Her bond with Nathan was a step into new territory. It was cautious, tender, but it always felt like a chapter that couldn't truly begin until the last one was fully closed. And now, with Ty's return confirmed, Amy's world is about to be turned upside down. Again. From the outside, she's built a life that looks steady. The ranch is thriving, Lindy is growing. Her work with horses has deepened in ways that reflect her emotional journey. But deep down, there's always been a quiet ache, a space in her heart that no one else could reach, not even Nathan. And now that Ty is coming back, whether as a physical presence or something more complex, Amy is going to have to confront the one thing she's kept buried: unfinished love. This return isn't going to be simple. Heartland doesn't deal in fantasy. It deals in reality, the raw, unfiltered truth of human emotion. Ty's presence, after all this time, is likely to raise more questions than it answers. Where has he been? Why now? And what does it mean for the life Amy has tried to build without him? There are whispers that Ty may not return as the man we remember. Trauma, distance, and time change people. and Amy may find herself staring into the eyes of someone familiar, yet unfamiliar. For fans who watch their love story from the beginning, this return feels like a full circle moment. But full circles don't always mean happy endings. Sometimes they mean closure. Other times they bring new beginnings we never expected. One thing is certain, Amy won't be the same woman she was when Ty left, and Ty won't be the same man. This season is going to test them both, emotionally and spiritually. But it's not just Amy's heart at stake. Lindy, now older and more aware, will have questions. For so long, her image of her father came from stories and photos. What happens when she finally sees the real man? Will it be a joyful reunion or a confusing storm of emotions? Graham Wardle's return puts not just one character in the spotlight, but the entire family. How Jack, Tim, Lou, and the rest of the ranch react to Ty's presence will shape the tone of the entire season. And let's not forget Nathan. His slow-burning relationship with Amy has gained momentum in recent seasons. He has been patient, respectful, and quietly supportive. But even he knows that Ty's memory was never truly gone. Now, with Ty actually back, Nathan may be forced to step aside or fight for a future he thought he was building. This triangle isn't just about love, it's about loyalty, timing, and truth. As the season unfolds, fans should prepare themselves for emotional highs and lows. This is not just the story of a man returning home. It's the story of what happens when the past and present collide in the most unexpected way. And for Amy, the choices she makes now could redefine the rest of her life and the legacy of Heartland itself. Graham Wardle's return isn't just about Ty and Amy, it's about the entire Heartland universe, shifting in ways that no one could have predicted. For nearly 2 decades, Ty's story has been woven into the fabric of the show, from a troubled young man trying to find his place in the world to a loving husband and father who became a cornerstone of the Heartland Ranch. His departure in season 14 left a hole in the hearts of the characters and the fans. But now, that hole is reopening, not just to heal, but to reveal something deeper. There's a storm coming, not the kind that breaks fences or spooks horses, but the kind that forces families to face truths they've long buried. Jack Bartlett, the quiet anchor of the family, was once Ty's biggest supporter. He saw himself in the young man, offering him not just work, but purpose. Ty became the grandson Jack never knew he needed. Imagine what Jack feels now, knowing Ty is alive. Or at least, back. Relief, anger, betrayal. The man who helped raise Ty, who mourned him like his own blood, now has to reopen his heart to someone he had painfully let go of. And then there's Lou, a sister-in-law who always tried to keep things stable, even when the world around her was falling apart. Lou stepped up for Amy, for Lindy, for the ranch. She knows how fragile healing can be. Ty's return may not only shake Amy, it could also test Lou's own sense of control. She might question the timing, the secrecy, and the consequences. What if bringing Ty back risks unraveling everything they've rebuilt? Meanwhile, Tim, Amy's father, has never been one to hide his emotions. He once struggled to accept Ty, and then grew to respect him. Now, with the weight of the past pressing on everyone, Tim might become the voice of reason or the first one to demand answers. Where was Ty all these years? Why didn't he reach out? What pain was so deep that he chose to disappear? These questions won't be easy to answer, and season 19 isn't promising easy answers, only real ones. The emotional ripple doesn't stop at the adults. Lindy's journey will be a focal point. Raised on stories of her father's strength and kindness, she has lived in the shadow of his memory. But reality often looks different than dreams. If Ty steps back into her life, it will be a moment filled with wonder, confusion, and perhaps even hesitation. How do you welcome someone you've always known, but never truly met? The writers are expected to handle this reunion with great care, showing that healing isn't about fixing the past, it's about accepting all the pieces of it. Even the wider community of Hudson may react to Ty's return. People who grieved with the family will now be forced to reassess everything they thought they knew. Old friends may reappear. Former enemies might find themselves caught in a web of new truths. The balance of relationships across the ranch, the town, and the show itself is about to shift, and the writers are using this opportunity to deepen the story, not just revive it. Graham Wardle's return is more than just a casting decision. It's a narrative earthquake. It forces every character to dig deeper, to question the lives they've built in his absence, And that's where the brilliance of Season 19 lies, in its ability to take the comfort we found in Heartland and shake it just enough to make us feel again. The return of Ty Borden is not a soft echo of the past. It's a thunderous reminder that some stories never truly end. They just wait for the right time to begin again. Now that the truth is out, Ty Borden is returning, there's no turning back. Season 19 is no longer just another chapter in Heartland's journey. It's a reckoning. The show is stepping into its most emotional, vulnerable, and transformative season yet. But with this return comes responsibility. The writers, cast, and especially Graham Wardle know that Ty's presence carries weight, not only for the characters, but for millions of fans around the world who cried, grieved, and moved on when he was gone. This is not a simple resurrection of a character. Heartland isn't that kind of show. It respects the reality of life, with all its messiness, heartbreak, and healing. Ty's return must come with answers, not only about where he's been, but why he left. What pain was so unbearable that it pushed him to disappear from the lives of those who loved him most? And what strength did it take for him to finally come back? These are the questions Season 19 is ready to explore. Slowly, honestly, and without shortcuts. For Amy, this is the moment she never thought she'd face. She spent years learning to live without him, to raise their daughter, to rediscover her independence. She found courage in solitude, purpose in her work, and even glimpses of happiness again, however fragile. And now, the man she lost has returned. But is he still the same? Is their love still real? Or has time reshaped them into strangers with shared memories? This internal struggle between the past she cherished and the future she's still trying to build may define Amy's character arc more than any other season before. For Ty, this won't be a warm welcome. It will be a hard return to a world that didn't wait for him. Lindy grew up. Amy moved forward. Even the ranch has changed. He will have to earn back trust, not just from Amy and the family, but from himself. Because coming home isn't about stepping back into the life you left. It's about proving you still belong in it. And that journey will not be easy, but it will be real, filled with tension, regret, hope, and maybe even forgiveness. And then there's the bigger question, why now? Some fans believe Ty's return is connected to a larger purpose, that he's come back not just to reunite with Amy, but to help someone, to protect something, or to bring peace before the show's final goodbye. As rumors continue to swirl that Season 20 could be Heartland's last, everything happening now feels like a carefully placed piece in a much larger plan. The writers are preparing for an ending, and Ty's return may be the emotional spark that carries the story into its final, unforgettable act. But make no mistake, this isn't about ending the show with shock value. It's about honoring its legacy. Heartland has never been about drama for the sake of drama. It's about family, healing, love that endures through change, grief, and time. Ty's return is more than fan service. It's a bold move to close emotional loops that were never truly closed. Whether Ty stays for one episode, one season, or until the final ride, his presence will leave a lasting imprint. Fans will feel the ache of old wounds, the joy of unexpected reunions, and the bittersweet truth that love doesn't always follow a straight line, but it always finds its way home. As the days move closer to the Season 19 premiere, one thing is certain. Heartland is ready to take us on one final emotional ride. And this time, Ty Borden is back in the saddle,